So I kind of think of the Lydian scale as like a musical cheat code. It's difficult to make it sound bad. If you take the major scale and raise the 4th scale degree by a half step, you get the Lydian scale, a harmonic and melodic language which is bright and bubbly and effervescent and positive. It's honestly something that's just like hard to make sound bad, which I thought would be a fun challenge for some of my musical friends. I challenged them to make Lydian songs that didn't sound beautiful, but instead sounded ugly and abrasive and dissonant, things we don't traditionally associate with the Lydian scale. Would we be able to do that? Would we be able to make Lydian sound ugly? Let's find out. This video is brought to you by Audible. So let's start with the first one.
Is Shubh Saran.
Shubh Saran.
Shubh Saran.
Shubh Saran.
I decided to first start with the most abrasive guitar sound that I could get, which to me is usually an open string tuning with a lot of distortion and gain. So I tuned my guitar to D, A, D, G sharp, A, D, which is a variation on Dad-Gad, but in D Lydian. From there, I created an A section, which was in 5/16, 5/16, 7/16, and 5/16. So those 4 measures sort of create a loop for the guitar, which creates this really unsettling, unfinished sort of vibe for the A section. The B section is heavily contrasted with that, where I go to a 4/4 halftime middle section. The song slowly over time ends up metric modulating from the measures of 5/16, 5/16, 7/16, 5/16 to making each of those measures feel like a separate beat. The song ends with the halftime metal section that feels like it's in 4/4, but every third beat is slightly longer than the other beats. So that sort of ties the whole song together, but also leaves you with this weird, unsettled sort of feeling. And I hope you enjoy.
I'm uncomfortable. Oh, nice.
Embracing the tritone. I can dig it.
Whoa.
Oh, the time is...
It's like a haunted house.
I'm kind of into it.
it's like somebody drunkenly trying to headbang.
Yeah, I'm ready to go out and do something crazy.
Dude, that was so awesome.
Time felt like the floor just dropping out from under me.
Didn't feel the dreamy Lydian.
It's hard to sound like a dream when you're drunk. It's like the same kind of liminal space, but it's perverted somehow.
I still felt the sense of the home base of Lydian, which was great, but yeah, I've never heard anything like that in that tonality.
I really loved those hornish sounds being panned. That was sick.
Awesome.
Killing.
All right, up next, Justice Cow.
Justice Cow.
Justice Cow, aka Jessica Cayenne.
Justice Cow.
When I started working on this song, I started thinking about like gross sounds are pretty ugly. And so I was making beats with coughs and sneezes and and I was thinking maybe it was too far. Then I was thinking about David Lynch and how when he writes something, people think of it as very dark and very weird. And it feels that way, I think, because it's also really light and really wholesome, and it's balanced with the light and the dark. And so I thought to truly make something that feels really ugly, I have to balance it a little bit with pretty things sprinkled in and breaks from the ugly so that it hits really hard. with the ugly stick.
Wow.
I can't think.
Quivering flanks, market tanks, don't call it necessary.
Oh, that vocal effect is so cool.
Said I'm not here
is so good.
to do this nice or pretty. Tighten your belt, force down your belt shit till you burst confirm.
I don't know, this part's kind of nice.
TV only. Catastrophic.
That's awesome.
There it is.
Oh, here we go.
Catastrophic.
Yeah. Oh my god. That was incredible.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Justice Cow with the hyper pop banger. Wow, that was cool.
Loved the ramp up, the way it was really weird in the beginning and kind of became more comfortable as far as some harmony being introduced there. That was
I can kind of get into that last part.
unbelievably awesome.
Like how you're using autotune and shifting the formants.
I don't think I could have been prepared for this no matter what.
Feels like you're breaking your voice. 100 gecs does Lydian.
That was awesome. I would listen to that if it wasn't a Lydian project.
That was amazing. Wow.
That was super cool.
All right, the next one is Aimee Nolte.
Next up, my friend Aimee Nolte with Lydian, You Ugly.
Aimee Nolte.
My ugly Lydian piece actually has a title. It's called Lydian, You Ugly. I thought of it like making food. Like, what if I wanted to make the worst tasting food possible? I could either put a whole bunch of horrible tasting things together or put way too much of something in. That's how I made this track. I thought, what is the most ugly part of the Lydian mode? And to me, it's a freestanding diminished chord. C Lydian for me, so F sharp, A, and C. What's more ugly than just a diminished chord that never goes anywhere? Tell you what, putting a G as the bass note, it was so ugly, so I just ran with it. Then I decided to add some dissonance. I boosted the EQ on certain harmonics, and I'm singing notes that are very close together, a B and C. And usually you try to avoid those beats of overlapping waves. I embraced them. It actually hurt my head. Every time I worked on this track, I had a physical, real, serious headache and had to take Tylenol. Every time. Have fun listening to it.
Wow, I did not realize that was a human voice.
Thought somebody was behind me.
Scary Lydian. This is truly terrifying.
I like how she was able to make the voice, like her really nice voice, sound extra creepy with like the really close intervals.
When you have like two notes very close together like that, the dissonance actually becomes a physical thing that you can feel in your body.
I don't know if ugly is the word. It's satanic.
It felt like when you're in a cave and you're pretty deep and like it feels like it's kind of closing in on you a little bit, claustrophobic, and you're thinking like how long it took you to get to that point, and if something happened, like how long it would take to get you out of there. It's like a song for that feeling.
You weren't thinking ugly as like aggressive, you're thinking ugly as foreboding.
Great job, Amy.
That was mega creepy.
All right, so music is win. Let's check out Tyler Larson's Ugly Lydian.
Okay, next up is Tyler from Music is Win.
Music is win.
So this was actually a challenge because everything in Lydian, or so I thought, sounds beautiful, and I kept writing things that objectively sounded beautiful. I don't care who you are, they sounded beautiful. What I had to do to eliminate my tendencies was change the tuning on my guitar. Whenever I get in a rut, I change the tuning on my guitar. In this case, change the tuning to a Lydian tuning. I don't know, I just made it up on the spot. So it's an E flat Lydian. So we have the root, sharp 4, major 7, major 3rd, sharp 4 again, and then the root. That is an ugly tuning. Normally the beautiful parts of Lydian are born of the harmony, which is very beautiful, like that major 4 to major 5 sound sometimes. So I went away from chords altogether and I was messing with this kind of finger picking pattern, these notes in particular. I have started actually kind of quick too. And what came next? Well, it's all because of this tuning. I was making a point to emphasize the wrong notes. Normally in Lydian you want to pass by that sharp 4 or that major 7, but I was harping on it. And it ended up being, uh-oh, did I mess this up? Was it beautifully dissonant? I don't think so, maybe not. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little composition, and I can't wait to hear the other participants. Thanks for having me, Adam.
All right. Primus.
Oh, I feel like I'm listening to Primus or something.
It's kind of creepy, like a spider. But look.
Yeah. Oh, the tone. Yeah.
My name is Bud Vibes.
Oh,
Oh, this is sick. Ooh, shred.
I mean, the dissonance was beautiful to me. It was great. I really like that.
that was quite a journey from like a spider to like the skies.
You got the Steve Vai, you got the Primus, you got Steve Vimus.
So there's something about a shred metal solo. It always just sounds like super just in your face angry. I love it.
Very big and powerful.
I love that guitar harmony at the end, like the harmonizing the guitar and some of those dissonant intervals.
Oh, that one music for sure. That was really good.
Okay, the last one is Adam Neely. It's called Lydian Fun Time.
Adam Neely. Lydian Fun Time. Adam, it's supposed to be ugly, not fun.
Adam Neely.
I guess ugly is fun.
Lydian Fun Time.
Adam Neely.
So my strategy here was to play a bunch of very dissonant intervals that are inherent in Lydian, like the distance between the root and the major 7th, at the same time very low in the register on the bass guitar, which create this interference pattern that is kind of indicative of what's called the lower interval limit, which is this idea in arranging that you shouldn't arrange this kind of interval this low because it creates that beating pattern. And I thought that beating pattern would be very nice in evoking ugliness, especially if you applied a bit crusher to that sound. There's something about how a bit crusher takes that beating pattern and makes it sound almost glassy, which I kind of like. I also thought about the ugliness of physically playing that interval. Like my hand, this is not comfortable at all, probably not safe at all if I was to do it for any length of time. And that definitely played into the ugliness of my piece. So I hope you enjoy.
Yep, it's Adam Neely.
Classic Adam.
It's like sirens in the future.
Oh, it's in my stomach.
Oh man.
Wow.
I am overloaded.
Wow, that like bit crushed bass sound is so cool.
Yeah, those synth sounds hurt, Adam.
It was like chewing broken glass. I feel like there's like a little bit of that.
That had Adam Neely written all over it.
And I also liked the kind of doomsday, end of the world ending. Just. Alright, that's it.
This was a super fun project. It was really challenging because Lydian begs to be a happy and dreamy sounding mode. And so to make it ugly was a lot harder than I thought it would be.
These different perspectives were really interesting to hear. I didn't really do a lot of music analysis. I couldn't get over the amazing productions. It was so cool.
For me, I love the fact that everybody was saying something different using the Lydian scale. Yeah, everybody was making Lydian ugly music, but everybody sounded like themselves. Everybody was able to express a different nuanced emotion, and it wasn't just like a sea of Lydian ugliness. To me, what that says is the emotional characteristics of a piece of music are not limited to the scale that you use and are not limited to the harmonies that you use. There are so many other choices that you can make in orchestration and rhythm and melody that express feelings and express a real depth of feeling.
I can't wait to see where this series go. You gonna do all the modes, or what are you gonna do next?
We use these things like scales and harmony and chords and orchestration and rhythm as like building blocks for building a more nuanced emotional reaction and emotional response to music. And somebody who I think has a lot of great stuff to say about how music is a conduit for emotion is St. Vincent, and she talks a lot about that in her Audible original podcast, Words and Music, which is available exclusively on Audible Plus. Audible is, of course, the leading provider of spoken word entertainment and audiobooks. This is my actual personal Audible library. A lot of science fiction, a lot of The Expanse. I listen to it all the time when I'm running. Nothing like politically conscious hard science fiction to get you pumped. Audible recently released a new plan called Audible Plus, which gives you access to a catalog of thousands upon thousands of Audible originals, audiobooks, and Audible podcasts, including the St. Vincent podcast that I mentioned earlier. You can get exclusive access to this collection, available through the Audible app, if you click the link in the description or visit audible.com/Adam Neely or text Adam Neely to 500-500. When you do that, you'll get 30 days free of Audible Plus, which you can cancel at any time, and you'll also be helping to support this channel and any future scale challenges that I might have. I'm planning for the next one to do Phrygian, making Phrygian happy. That'll be fun. Anyway, click the link in the description, audible.com/Adam Neely to get started and support this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much to Shubh Saran, Aimee Nolte, Music is Win, and Justice Cow. Go visit their channels. The links are in the description. Yeah, thanks guys. Until next time.
Peace.